morning. This is Leonard Smith from Sense Memory. This week, a wonderful person who was very important to the San Francisco perfume scene passed away, and that was Tama Blau. She was a beautiful woman who was so kind and generous with her time and her friendship to all of us here in the San Francisco community. So I just wanted to take a moment before I go into my review to acknowledge her and thank her for her kindness to me. I remember the first time I met Tama, I was in Barney's, and her group that she created, this SF Sniff, was going through Barney's, and I was introduced to them, and she came over to me and she said, "Why don't you just come with us and we'll have a great time?" And that was the beginning of our friendship. So Tama, see you later. We love you and we're going to miss you. So it's Sunday morning, and I'm in my pajamas. It's going to be pajama day for me, which I like to do once in a while. If you've seen my videos, every once in a while I take a Sunday and I just stay in my pajamas and have a beautiful day of just watching movies or sniffing perfumes and talking on the phone. So anyway, yesterday, my Olfactif sample came. So let's open it up and see what we have here. Here's the box. Olfactif. Let's open it up and see what this month's theme is for the beginning of the new year. It's around the world in 30 days. We all like to say that a new year is a blank canvas, that we all get a fresh start to learn from our mistakes and continue our success. But the other side of the story is this: nobody gets to write their own history in a vacuum. We're all scribbling on the same giant canvas, our stories colliding and crashing and blending and bleeding into one another. Sometimes it's a beautiful mess. Sometimes you take a step back and look at the big picture we're creating, and it breaks your heart. That's one reason we so love to travel, to expose us to people whose circumstances are different from our own, and to places rooted in histories that we've only read about. Travel puts us face to face with the interconnectedness and makes us more humane. Maybe you can't hop on a plane right now, but you can travel around the world through the power of scent. So close your eyes and take a journey with us, because we're headed to some pretty magical places this month. So the three perfumes that they've included in the sample today are Midnight Leather from Note Fragrance. It's our first step to Italy along the cobblestone streets of Florence, where the perfumer Danielle Fleming found inspiration from the famous leather markets, cafes, and rain-soaked air. The notes are blood orange, coriander, juniper, grapefruit, leather accord, tobacco, patchouli, coffee, and vetiver. So let's take a little sniff and see what we get here. It's fresh. It's very, very fresh. It's surprising. Have I got the right one? Midnight Leather. Oh, okay, now the leather's coming up. I'm smelling some leather. I'm not sure it's my type of leather. It's just a little too clean and sparkly for a leather for me. But it's interesting. Very interesting. So the next one that we're presented with is by Montale, and that is Oud Velvet. Next we travel to the beaches of Thailand, where pungent agarwood mixes with the velvety white tropical flowers. Oud is a material with tremendous presence, and it can intimidate some newbies. In Oud Velvet, Montale has made it approachable and lovely. So get ready for something new. Okay, the notes in Oud Velvet are ylang ylang, orange blossom, tiare flower, oud, Mysore sandalwood, vanilla, and tonka bean. Mysore sandalwood comes from India, and it's the original source for sandalwood, and has for a long time been unavailable because the forests have been depleted. But they, from my understanding, they are regrowing them. This may be an old catch of Mysore, or who knows, they may have gotten a harvest going already. I'm not sure, but that's an interesting note because most sandalwood now comes from other places like Australia. But let's take a sniff and see what we think. The orange blossom is really, really predominant. It's very bold, very, very big, but without being obnoxious. The oud is very subtle. The fragrance is big. It's sweet, very sweet. A little too sugary for my taste. But it'll be interesting to see the development of it as it goes into the dry down. The tiare flower, which is a flower from Polynesia that they use in the lei. It's a beautiful, beautiful white flower. I don't smell it right now. It may come up later, but oh wait. There it is. Very delicate, very light, very. It's a white flower, slightly indolic, but the sweetness is really covering it up. So on to the next one, which is Epic Woman by Amouage. Finally, we travel along the ancient Silk Road from China to Arabia, where we encounter hot desert winds, dusty roads, precious spices, ancient tea ceremonies, burning incense, and opulent temples. The dark roses are in bloom. It is truly an epic journey that will stay with you long after you've returned. P.S. Don't let the name fool you. It's totally unisex. So, Epic Woman by Amouage. A lot of people have reviewed this already. So and I haven't smelled it that I can think of. I've smelled a lot of Amouage, but I'm not sure I've smelled this one. So, let's see what we have. Yeah, this is gorgeous. Holy cow, this is really beautiful. What are the notes in here? The notes in Epic Woman are cumin, pink pepper, cinnamon, Damascus rose, geranium, jasmine, tea, amber, musk, oud, frankincense, gaiac wood, orris, sandalwood, patchouli, and vanilla. And it says due to the presence of this particular fragrance, they didn't give us as much as the others. Oh, golly. It is really, really, really gorgeous. It pops with a pink pepper in the beginning, and there's certainly the rose is there. It's a beautiful rose. I'm not a big fan of a rose, but this one could turn me onto roses in a whole new way. Geranium. And oh, the tea. The tea and the patchouli are really beautiful in here. It is really, this is my favorite of the three. It really is a beautiful fragrance. So there we have this month's Olfactif. I hope you enjoyed that. And remember, wear what you love and not what they say you should like. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.